Buonasera, buonasera, ciao, ciao, Paolo Ginocchio, Milano Metropolis Passport. Tutto a posto, mi sentite?
English, please. English,
English.
please.
English, please. So thank you for joining. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I see some familiar faces. Okay, I think that I have invited everyone. I have admitted everyone.
Elisabetta is running a bit late because she just got off work, but she will join us as soon as she's able.
Okay. I still don't see Sunit, that is our other presenter. Maybe if you give me a second, I will send a reminder. I see a large presence of Italian Rotarian. That is not bad. Let's wait another couple of minutes.
Ok.
You can unmute yourself. We can have a nice conversation while we wait, especially for Sunit. Okay, we had a continuous exchange of emails in the last days, but it's a little bit late in India. If you don't mind, maybe we can, because we have a couple of presentations today, so it is if we wanted to have a good time management, maybe we can skip the presentation. Sunita is here. Maybe we can skip the presentation, and if you don't mind, you can introduce yourself in the chat with your name, your club, your work. Hi, Sunit.
Welcome to Yavuz, President of ESRAG.
Sorry, there's some problem with my laptop, so I am joining from my mobile.
Okay, can you do the presentation from the mobile?
If you can put it there, then I can start the presentation. I'm just trying to see that if this works out, then I can do the presentation.
Okay.
Hold on, I think it is starting here, so on my laptop.
Okay. I think that we can start the meeting. We have already probably enough participants. So thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. It is always a pleasure. And maybe Yavuz, do you mind to say something or to welcome the participant?
Thank you, Luca. Greetings, everyone. I hope everyone doing well and having a great summer for Northern Hemisphere. And happy to start our new Rotary year and new SRAC year. And I just want to join today to our Green Clubs, Eco Clubs meeting. Thanks for the invite, Luca. And I appreciate your leadership and moving forward with this group. And it's another year for SRAC, and we are looking forward to growing SRAC this year. And our motto this year is Eco Action Now. We'll be celebrating our 10th year because SRAC was founded in 2015, and 2025 will be our 10th year to celebrate. And we've been talking about environmental issues and challenges. And this year we are saying Eco Action Now, which is would like to promote more action of our members, of our clubs, of our districts, and exchange those projects among each other. And we'll be working with our communications team to market, and we are looking forward to hiring some new staff, part-time staff to help us, because most of SRAC's operations are carried out by the volunteers. So we're moving forward, and currently we have 1,800 paid members of SRAC and about 2,500 newsletter subscribers. So we are reaching out around 5,000 members, which is not enough. With the challenges that we observe, we get these numbers much higher, and we need everyone's help to grow our membership, grow our reach, and take more actions altogether. And we're also looking to having some Eco Action webinars this year, and stay tuned. We'll have more coming up. And great to see everyone. Thank you so much for your contribution and leadership. Thank you.
Okay, there are also several participants in this meeting that are from the SRAG top management. And it's, I would say that it's also very nice to have Steve on the meeting. That he's the founder of this network. That is, without him, we would not have been here. Okay, but if you don't mind, we can start. We have two projects, two Rotarian projects that will be presented, hopefully, because Sunit is still joining. The projects are very different. They have only one thing that, in my opinion, is common. They work. So they have produced the result, and I think that they deserve our attention. And so let's move on. Let's start with the first one. Beatrice, do you want to start? Can you please
of course.
share your screen?
Yes. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Beatrice, and I'm from Rotary Club Milano Sforza, the founder of our project Rigenerami. Rigenerami is now in its 4th edition, and it's a project that aims to refurbish electronic devices, so PCs, laptops, tablets, TVs, and other devices. We do so in order to donate them to those in need, thus fostering digital inclusion. And we also raise awareness on pollution and technological waste, thus promoting environmental sustainability. This is, of course, possible thanks to the financial and operational support of various Rotaract and Rotary clubs and members working in perfect synergy. So as you can see, this is a comprehensive list of all the sponsors of the project, different Rotary and Rotaract clubs, as well as the municipal city of Milan. So moving on, this project has a keen sustainable focus. In fact, several academic studies show that only 20% of electronic waste is properly disposed of, while the rest ends up in landfills or is illegally exported to developing countries. As you can imagine, the result is a huge amount of waste that pollutes the soil, water, the air we breathe, and causes irreparable damage to the environment and people's health. Thanks to our project Regenerami, we have saved over 70,000 kilos of CO2, which is roughly equivalent to planting over 3,000 trees. In fact, producing APC emits over 300 kilos of CO2 into the environment. And so the donated PCs that are not reconditionable have also been recycled and properly disposed at recycling centers, saving even more. We have made so far over 200 donations. In fact, 217 devices have been completely refurbished and donated to volunteer and charitable associations belonging to the Milanese community, but not only in the Milanese community. We have reached other parts of the world, such as southern Italy and Norway and many states on the African continent, including but not limited to Guinea-Bissau. And you can find here a list of all the associations and charitable organizations we have donated our PCs to. But now I will go into more detail and explain to you just how the project works. So this is a list of all that you will need. So you need a board of up to 2 to 10 coordinators and from 5 to 100 volunteers. Of course, you can start small and then build up from there. What you will need to do is collect the devices, refurbish them, and then, of course, distribute them to the various charitable organizations. So let's go into detail of every step of the process. So in the collection process, you need, of course, your target devices that will be refurbished. So as I said previously, PCs, laptops, tablets, keyboards, and mouses that must be up to 15 years old, not older, because they will be impossible to refurbish them. You need target donators. So we started small from our Rotary network and then worked our way up to enterprises and companies and such. And then you need some criteria to assess which devices may be refurbished. So we narrowed our criteria to devices running Windows 7 or newer, and Windows XP devices require further evaluation. Now let's talk about logistics. So obviously you need to transport these devices. You need to collect them first, then transport them to your refurbishment point. So small vans or cars for large donations, of course. I'm thinking of, companies will give you a large batch of devices and which will need to be transported. And then these devices need to be stored. So they require space of about 20 to 30 square meters and preferably equipped with shelves and, obviously a very sturdy lock. Then we go on to the refurbishment process. The refurbishment process requires from 30 to 100 euros for every device and roughly 30 minutes to refurbish every device. The devices must be cleaned first, externally to remove dust and other residues, and then internally using compressed air and brushes. Then we move on to some hardware updates. So you must replace the following components. Obviously, anything that is faulty, particularly HDDs, and replace them with SDDs. And then you need, of course, in order to do this, you need a number of tools, including screwdrivers, compressed air cans for the cleaning we were mentioning before, and obviously brushes. And then you must install your software. So we, as our operating system, we use Linux Mint with 32-bit for older devices and 64-bit for newer devices. And then we install our system by downloading it onto a USB and then installing it on the devices. If you have any question, our technical expert, Paolo Ginocchio, will be happy to answer any of your questions. Then, once the devices have been refurbished, they must be distributed to your charity organization of choice. So obviously, a selection of recipient organizations is needed. We focus mainly on nonprofit organizations, school, community centers, and other entities that support underprivileged individuals. And of course, they must then be transported to said organizations. So we employ detailed planning and coordination with the recipient organization to manage or schedule delivery. The use of small vans or medium-sized cars with foldable seats to accommodate the transport of multiple devices is strongly encouraged. Obviously, the devices must be properly packed and protected to ensure safe transport. And the use of volunteers is obviously crucial to physically handle the devices and ensure that they are not damaged in the process and that they are safely delivered. And of course, maintaining a record of all deliveries, including dates, recipients, and devices delivered, will help you make everything more organized and transparent to ensure full transparency and compliance with any kind of rules of safety. Here you can find some shots of the refurbishment process, the cleaning process, etc., with our volunteers. These are more photos, and all our volunteers. Thank you so much for listening, and if you have any questions, we will be happy to answer your questions. Shall I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, in the meantime, because the number of people participating is increasing, can I please ask again everyone if you can introduce yourself using the chat. I want to mention also Elizabeth, that is coming a little bit
Hi.
late.
I'm sorry, I was working. Sorry to all.
She's in the same Rotaract team of Beatrice, and she was meant to be a co-host in introducing and presenting the project. I think that Beatrice went very fast in the discussion. Elizabeth, I don't know if you want to say something or it is okay.
So I arrived like 5 minutes ago, so I have just heard the last part about how the process works, and I think Beatrice made an amazing job explaining the 3 phases of our volunteering activity. So I don't think there are other things to add. I don't know if there are any technical questions about, I don't know how with the privacy goes, or I don't know, other stuff of this kind.
Now, I have a question. If someone wants to, because the process is quite easy, let's say,
Yes.
and is documented. So I think that someone might be interested in replicate the work. If they want to do so, they can contact you. What is
Yes.
there is a procedure in place?
So actually, it's the main goal that we want to do this year. So it's to expand our volunteering activity. And if you want, of course, understand more about how to develop it in your country or in another place in Italy, for example, you can contact us on the email Beatrice said before, so info@rigenerami.org. And we will discuss how we do, the process and transmit at the end our know-how. So, we organize calls and that's how, basically goes. Very simple, I have to say. There isn't like a procedure saying, let's do this thing, let's do this stuff. We mainly take the process we have and we try to transmit it, and then my goal in the future is to, for example, have every month a call all together, saying all the achievements, each how can I say, each association has developed, introducing our volunteering activity. So that's mainly what we would like to do. And
Yes,
next year, yeah, go.
I would also like to point out that, today for, time reasons, I went quite quickly, but we are actually in possession of, detailed instructions on how to replicate our project. And we are very open to sharing them, provided that obviously the spirit of the project is acknowledged and respected. So do feel free to get in touch with us if the project interests you.
Okay, for your information, maybe you haven't seen it, but Yavuz
I will
has
share
posted.
our email in the chat so that everyone
Exactly.
I think it's
and
a
yes.
good idea. And also we have a
Yavuz,
website, so where there are all the papers and all the things people need. I think there is a raised hand.
Tim and Ariel.
Tim. Go, please.
Yeah, my thought is that if you're willing to do a little bit of work and maintain a web page on sreg.org, it would be great to put this initiative up there to inspire others to move ahead. You could include the instructions and those types of things. And other groups like the one that Yavuz is talking about can also join the web page and build momentum behind the initiative globally.
Yes, that would be great. The only thing we're working on is that we're working on a legal framework to precisely lay out the characteristics of the project, because we feel very strongly that, the spirit of the project should be respected. But, barring this, we're absolutely open to sharing our project. And I'm sure Elisabetta agrees with me.
Yes.
And
Yeah, and
I think, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'd almost encourage you to getting a web page up takes some time. There's some work tied to that, so you might want to parallel path both. And I'm not, I guess maybe I'd have to learn more. I'm not sure the legal framework would necessarily be kind of a prerequisite to getting other people attracted to the idea and moving ahead.
Well, the reason for this is because, we were thinking, and the spirit of the project is that you have to regenerate the devices yourself, right? Whereas we thought that some people might just be like, what if I, spend, $10,000 and buy 50 PCs? Does that work too? And we were like, well, no, because you have the key of the project is that you have to regenerate them yourself. They are old devices that you're making new again. So this is the reason behind the legal framework, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that can be described on the webpage and just say that, this initiative is about recycling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thank you for the suggestion. I mean, we will, yes, of course, develop a kind of this thing you are saying. Yeah.
I think Ariel has a question.
Yes, please. Elisabetta and Beatrice, it's nice to meet you. I'm writing for the SREG newsletter, and our next issue is on circular economy. So if you would watch for an email from me, I have a few questions for you. I would like to draw out kind of the human interest story of how your Rotaract Club got inspired and what kind of feedback you're getting from the community as they're noticing that Rotaractors are working on environmental issues. Also, I'll be asking you to send me some of the really nice photographs you had in your slideshow. I didn't see those all on the website, and they would work really well in our newsletter and social media.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. We will be very happy to answer your email. And I just put in the chat our email, our website, and we also have, social media pages at Rigenerami. So you can just look out for those, and we will be very happy to send you some photos.
Great, wonderful, thank you.
Okay, the chat will be saved and distributed after the meeting through my usual mailing list. So I'm not sure that everyone is part of it, but okay. Yavuz?
Yeah, it's a great project again. Congratulations. And one of the initiatives that we're planning on this year is actually we started in last February, having ASRAC have a youth eco-action platform, connect all the Rotaractors with their great ideas and connect with other Rotaract clubs around the globe, which we are planning to do. And this year we are finalizing our budget and we'll have some money for youth projects to support, and we'd like to have the Rotaractors and Interactors submit their projects or ideas to get some support from ASRAC. And another example I would like to share is my club, our past president, he was in Silicon Valley a couple of years ago, and they started a repair cafe kind of initiative, which, in addition to computers, they don't do computers, but they do small household gadgets, your small items in the household. And now he's planning to do it in our area in Monterey, California now, started because you need a good warehouse to store the equipment or to store your repair tools. But then, you advertise once a month and ask your community, bring their broken, household equipment, small stuff that they're and, need help, because that's, as mentioned, is a circular economy. We don't want to throw everything away. We want to reuse them, recycle them, and that's something also help Rotary's, perception in the community and connecting with community and bring more Rotarians, more members to Rotary. That we call Repair Cafe. That's something also, Ariel, I'll ask Peter, maybe he can write something about it too, and we, get things going. Thank you.
Yavuz, but this the stuff that is repaired then is distributed, it is sold, how it works?
No, you bring your home equipment, get it repaired and take it home, because there are so many technical people in our community, they volunteer. But just certain hours, let's say Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., that time they had like long lines, people carrying their microwaves, carrying their phones, carrying their toaster ovens. That's some help. And they have the right tools to help them. If they take it to a repair shop, it costs more than what it costs. But this way, volunteers enjoy, and that's something good community event.
In my office, we do it with the bicycles.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, yes.
And YouTube has a lot of tools too. At my home, I always go to YouTube and get some ideas. There are so many people out there also help.
Okay. If there are no other questions, we can go to our second project that will be presented by Sunit of the Baroda Green Rotary Club. So we are changing completely topic, environment, whatever. Sunit, please don't accelerate too much while you speak so that everyone can follow you.
Yeah.
And
thank you for the advice. And
yeah, if you can share your screen, it would be.
Yeah.
And while you do that, I've seen that there are several messages of people introducing themselves. If you haven't done it yet, please, you still have time.
Have you given me the sharing rights? Because I don't see here, right? Yeah. Okay. I can.
Okay. Make it in
So it's
presentation
visible now?
mode. It's visible, yes. If you can make it in presentation mode, so it's a little bit larger.
Okay. So it's the presentation mode.
I still see the slides on the left side.
Just hold on.
Okay, if you have problems, then we can.
Last. Okay, this.
Okay, let's go on in this way.
Yeah, it's coming that way only. Anyway, so I can start from here.
Yep, yes, please.
Yeah, so this is about plastic waste management project a case study. This is recent one, in the last year, like 23, 24, we did this project. So it is a decentralized, solid waste management project. So we focus on mainly plastic waste management, and that is one of the crucial area where we want to work. So our this partner is Rotary Club of Baroda Green, because we initiated that with technical partner Concept Biotech. And to just to introduce that to our total, there are 11 Rotary clubs in Baroda, and taking village project is one of the project of Anand Gram. Anand Gram means happy village, and our district governor had initiated this concept of having a happy village where we do maximum projects of all type of projects like environment, then medical, school development, and skill development, women empowerment. So all these things were like there. So this is one of the project where we try to work on the solid waste management. Now you can see the photograph that this is the state of the village, where we see a lot of
You need to
waste on
scroll
the.
down in with the slides.
Okay, I am not able to see
No,
the image. You are able to see the image?
we
You
just
see,
see the first slide.
yeah.
Pardon?
We see the supporting agencies for this project slide.
Oh, now.
Before the sharing of the screen, you have to open the PowerPoint, and after share the screen and choose the right window.
Now you able to see that?
No,
No, now we see. We
No?
don't see anything.
Oh,
So open the
Before
PowerPoint.
open the PowerPoint, and after share the screen, choosing the right
slide.
the right window.
I don't know what is happening. Okay, now we can see this.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to scroll down. Okay.
Okay, so this is the project which I was telling about, where we can see that a lot of waste is on the what you call the bank or the pond side, and there we have we major problem of controlling this waste. So total there are more than 1,000 households and total population more than 5,000. So almost 8,000 population. So this was the main area where we wanted to focus, and this the habit of people wanted to get changed. So changing the behavioral change was the major challenge in that. So, what are the steps in that? First, we do the documentation of the project, where we do an agreement with the village where they'll be giving a space and we'll be telling them, the steps of doing this project. Second is awareness part, where we try to reach out to the women, because they are the main people who will be helping us in doing that. And we don't give dustbins normally, in other countries as well as in our country also. We give dustbins for dry waste and dustbins for wet waste. But here, the idea was to give bags. The reason of giving bags is that you can store much of the plastic, and it is light in weight and it can be measured. So that is the main contention of using the bags for collecting plastic waste. Now it's a very unique idea which we have used, because in India, village are normally quite poor people, and we need to motivate them and strengthen their behavioral change. So this is called an incentive based dry waste collection. Incentive means we reward for storing the dry waste in your house. Normally in your country, you'll be storing there for weeks, and the garbage guy comes and takes out the whole waste. But here, they don't store it, and they have a habit of throwing it out. So how to control that? So we are bought a new idea, where for dry waste, we'll be giving them some incentive like soap, the bathing soap or the washing soap, against 1 kg of plastic collected. So if I'm collecting 1 kg of plastic from the house in 10 days or 7 days, I give them one soap for washing. Then we do the segregation of the waste of different types of plastic, like LD plastic, SD plastic. Then some of the plastics are PET bottles, and also hard plastic. So this is the way we do segregation. Then you can see that green one is the baling machine, where we try to bale it and compress it to make a good what you call bundle of waste. So this is the way we do this. And finally, we make such products. You can see the different type of benches, as well as the garden stool, the paver block, which we see, as well as the recently we launched this chair. This is 30 kg chair, and it is having 24 kg of plastic waste, as well as 6 kg of foundry dust. So this is having very strong thing, and it's very strong, and almost can't be broken. So idea is to make a product, closing the loop, making the product, selling the product, and helping the village to be sustainable, rather self-sustainable. Second is the wet waste management, where we have this rocket composters, and we install this rocket composters at different area, and the waste is been collected and put into this composters, and it's a very simple idea of putting the bacteria powder, and it works with wind as well as the bacteria to give you a liquid compost tea, which is good to use in farmlands. So the idea was very clear to have a decentralized waste management instead of centralized. Normally, in each country, you have the waste being collected and taken to some other area where we are processing or doing the further treatment. we have the split composting also for the higher amount of waste we generate in some of the areas where we simply put this into the pit and using the bacteria and turning it, we make this. So impact is very clear. You can see that total in July 21 to March 22, 9 months, we collected almost 4 tons of dry waste. Out of that, 3 tons is the plastic waste. The similar amount or more amount was like the 4 tons in 4,032 kg in April to December. We produced almost 24 benches in the first year and 37 benches in the second year. And there were paver blocks, which was like 34,600. So this is the whole idea of converting into a product, and which can be helpful to use it, and it can set an example for them. So this was the overall making the quantum of the product which we made. And certainly in CO2 emission, we saved from the wet waste processing is almost 41.410 tons, and 4.3 metric tons of CO2 emissions saved from 3.372 tons of plastic waste. So this is like a important area where we can tell people like or the government that if we adopt ideal solid waste management process, then we can do wonders with it. So the other projects we have adopted, uh, pardon? The other projects we adopted are like almost seven villages, and where we collect in the same manner. We go, we volunteer, we self, we do the collection, and we give this incentive to the people. So ideally, this is also a project which we will be putting for the global grant as well as the district grant project, and this would be helping us to again make more villages waste free. And this is all about making an stable or an ideal environment for all, and that's why we called it eco surgeon. Eco means ecological, again finding a good opportunity to do that. So this is my contact details, and certainly you will be getting to the mail also. And this is the project which we ideally want to do this. So all about this. If you have any questions, then tell me and I can answer. Can stop sharing if it is fine. So shall I stop sharing?
Yes, please. And Sunit, if you can put in the chat your contact details, it would be very nice. And
Okay.
by the way, I've seen that the Facebook and the web page of your club is very rich, is well maintained, and contains quite a lot of information.
Yeah.
Starting immediately from the end. In your last slide, you mentioned the possibility of having a global grant or a district grant. I think that you have already thought a little bit about it. Maybe you can give us some details or your thought about.
Yeah, the whole idea is that in as environment is a new pillar for our district. The maximum projects our district has done is only of tree plantation. Nobody has thought for more doing this. This is the first club in our district in from 108 total clubs in 3060, where we have thought about doing some plastic waste management. So we ideally seek some global grant or a partner from the other countries who can join this bandwagon and see that we are able to reach to the higher number of villages or a cluster of village in the whole district. So this would create a higher impact and help to set more bigger example or a better model for the whole district as well as the Rotary clubs.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading the chat. I had another question from your presentation. You were talking about plastic. Which kind of plastic, or do you differentiate between the plastic that you collect, or doesn't matter?
No. It is no. We have to collect all type of plastics. As you know, there are four major types of plastic. One is the PET bottles. The PET bottles are the maximum which you get the drinking water bottles and something like that, and that are sold very high. And from that we make yarn as well as we make t-shirts, we make fabrics. So that is not a major concern for us. Second is that we have like multi-layer packaging where you have biscuit packet wrappers, then you have that wafer, you can say that chips packet wrapper, which is the most hazardous and dangerous for us because it doesn't have any value. It is dumped, it's like, and it is not having any value. So that is our focus area. Then there are plastic carry bags, the carry bags and the milk bags, which is also not having that value. So collecting all those practice, all those mixed plastic, segregating them into this five category, and then processing them to make a product that is bench. So bench is very important for gardens, and that is the reason we are making a bench. So all full of plastic, but the two major plastic which I said is the chips packet wrapper or the biscuit packet wrapper is the main critical area where we are focusing.
Okay, I see in the
I
chat.
hope I was.
Yeah, that Iris van der Rijden is mentioning that a club member, I don't know for which club, has a company called Save Plastics.
Save plastics.
Yes, and I'm looking in my mail because I saw a newsletter that there is a project in India to work together, and go and see if I can find it. Together with Rotary Club Vizianagaram. Plastic recycle project, and they got a global grant.
Okay. In our district, it will not be in 3060. I think it will be in the southern district of India. That will be one of the project which I have also heard. In our district or in the neighboring district of 3011, I also don't have any idea about that.
Okay.
Okay.
I see.
But we are. Pardon. Yes. Continue.
I'll see if I get contact details. So maybe it's you can work together or take contact with them.
Yeah, the plastic recycling we're already doing. So we have started two center of, as I said, to make a product like bench or bricks. So we are doing that recycling. But to collection is the biggest challenge.
Okay.
Behavioral change and collection is the biggest challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, what's
any other question? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Sumit, for the presentation. And it's a great topic to really know. One side, you have to recycle the plastic, and the other side, we have to restrict the plastic usage, and especially single-use plastics and all the water bottles, and they build mountains. And one of the priorities this year also, as an ASRAC, will be focusing on our task forces. So we have a task force for plastic solutions. So, I want to get in touch with our task force too, which would like to get these ideas together. And I think Tim is going to talk about, and I share that plastic solution task force site. Would like to put more information there and share these projects among our members and our public. Thank you for your presentation.
I will invite, I am part of the Plastic Solution Task Force, and I will invite both of the project in one of the next hour plastic cafe.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ariel?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Sunit, I was impressed that you were able to persuade the Panchayat to get involved.
Yeah.
We have a Rotarian in England who is working with communities in Uganda, and local governments are not very motivated to help. What did you say to your local governments that made them want to participate in the project, or how did you encourage them?
A very nice question. Like local governments, we straightway in India there is a what you call scheme called Swachh Bharat Mission, Clean India Mission. So that is the government that does the project launched by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So under that, there's a department called Clean India Department. So every state is having this department. So what we do is that we approach the district collector. The district collector is one who is responsible for looking into this matter, and each under there there is called DRDA, District Rural Development Agency. This agencies identifies the villages which are very much needed for this, and we select the village where we could showcase the whole the project idea. So we certainly that's why I said the first slide is we do the documentation, we do an agreement, we do an MOU with the local panchayat, because that is the main what to call thread for the government to track. So that is the document which goes to the state government, and that is the reason we are doing a documentation.
Did you have to provide any financial incentives or offer funding for the waste collection and other work that at the site that they provide to store?
No, we don't. We only ask them. We get an expression of interest from them. The expression of interest letters to state that we panchayat is giving you land, water, and electricity free for doing this project, and you will be getting the free hand for motivating people or taking this. Yes, financial incentive we had taken from one of the MNC or the bigger company because they have to spend some money on corporate social responsibility CSR. So under the CSR, we had taken the fund from them, and they are what you call bound to do some project either on water or solid waste or plantation. So these are the areas, but we yes we had difficult time to convince them that instead of plantation, if you can give some funds for solid waste management. So that is one challenge. That was one of the challenge. And we are also now focusing like the earlier presentation of e-waste. So we are now focusing of collecting the e-waste from the urban area, and one of the other project is collecting the medicine waste, because these are the two domestic hazardous waste which is a challenge for them, because each and every like in your country the medicine over the table or over the counter are not given that much, but in India you can buy even antibiotics directly from the the counter. So each and every house is having huge quantity of such medicine waste. So we are now focusing on collecting those medicine waste and trying to see that it doesn't go to the landfill side. And this is also one part of the solid waste.
In our country, people are dropping them off at the fire department, trying to prevent people from flushing it down the toilet because of the accumulating hazards of the medication in the water supply.
Oh God.
Sanita, I have another question because I mean, of course, the part of the project involve some machinery, some engineering, especially on the production of the benches, the tiles. This is something that is a little bit obscure to me, but okay, I'm sure that a lot of people knows a lot. I appreciate a lot the capacity that your club has to go to the village, to involve the people, to motivate them in one way or in another. So to involve the population, and I think that this is a very positive aspect of of your work. And I don't know if you have some example. Well, was it easy to get the village involved? How does it work? Because I don't think that you can go there with your van and that's it. You need to work a little bit.
Yeah. See, it is very simple. We go, as I said, we talk to the sarpanch, the one head of the village. Each village has one head of the village, and one is the government, what you call appointed head. So we, bring them on the same platform, on the same table, and talk to them. Is this the problem which really bothers you? And if that is the thing, and they want that to maintain and see that it is a very, what you call, they want to have a long term solution, not a short term solution where we take our van, collect once, and then don't do it. So we really make a system for them. It is like, we give them hand carts, we give them e-rickshaws, we give them the labor training, we give them the baling training, we tell them how to design a shade, what type of shade, so all this we include into that. Then how to really do the documentation, how to put it into the records. So each and every training is given, but the major training is to the laborers and the lady in the house, to segregate what is to be segregated. That is the major challenge. That is the major challenge which try to overcome. And this is going to be a continuous project this year also. Through our president, we are going to continue the project on our own funds, and also we are going to adopt two more villages, through our own club funds, and some funds from the village.
Okay, because I had a meeting with Sunit a couple of weeks ago, I think, and he showed me the bags that they are distributing in the villages. I don't know if you have one with you in this moment that you can show to everyone, but it was very nice because it was making the work concrete, and you can almost feel it. It was very nice.
Find out if I have in my house the one of the bag, if there or not. Yeah, but that is, see, the whole idea is, as I said, instead of putting into the dustbin, we are putting into the bag. And that is one important, where that the government liked that idea. That government said that it's a very wonderful area. In even my car, I am putting one, dustbin. I have designed one dustbin for a car also. I have also designed one, what to call, floor mat, using the flex waste and the jute waste. So we try to innovate something new, where we don't call it as a waste, but we call it as a resource. And that is the one thing which works out very well. I'll send you the photographs of our car dustbin, and show you what we are trying to do.
Okay. There are other questions for Sunit? Okay. I've just seen in the chat that Liz has enjoyed the meeting. Maybe I want to also to get your help for the incoming meetings. If you have any project, any initiatives, any idea that you think that is worthwhile to present on a wider audience, I think that you can let me know, or you can be co-editor of the next session of the network meetings, and we can all work together, because I think that, okay, I am organizing, but my work is just the clerical part. I would like to have someone that is contributing to the editorial part of the work. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. You have my email address, and that's it. I think it's 7 o'clock, so we can even close the meeting on time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Wutz, you want to say
Thank you,
something?
thank you.
Yeah, Luca, thank you again for putting this together and your leadership. Can we get copies of the
Yeah.
presentations?
Yes,
Yeah,
I have the copy. I will discuss with Olderico how to put in a shareable folders. If, of course, Sanit and Beatrice and Elizabeth agreed. And
Agreed. Nothing to ask. Agreed. You can share with them. There is no problem.
Yes,
okay.
of course you can share everything, Luca.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And the meeting has been registered, so a registration will be available to everyone. And I hope that I can find a technical solution with Olderico to distribute the presentation, to distribute the link to a presentation, so to store the documents in a place where everyone can have access. Tim?
Just a quick ad, we hit more than 19,000 solar panels effective today
Yay.
with the presentation Liz did. Log your panels today. I put the link in the chat. We're going for 25,000. Let's go.
Thank you for the update and for the enthusiastic comments. Okay, everyone. If there are no further comments, thank you for your time. It was, as usual, great to have you here, and enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time is it in your country. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.